Hello, welcome to the Amazons. Today on the program, we are discussing childbirth and body weight, shaming the new mother. When women get pregnant, they tend to gain weight, coupled with eating. The baby grows inside the mother's belly. The mother needs to nourish the baby. The stomach also stretches to accommodate her baby. It is expected that the belly distension reduces after a few weeks as the weight drops. But for the majority of women, it is not easy to drop the pro-childbirth weight. What is worse is that society these days places a lot of pressure on the new mother to bounce back as quickly as a couple of months after giving birth. Some women feel shame when they do not flatten their tummy as it used to be before pregnancy. There's a lot of wrinkles, a lot of folds in the place of smooth skin. This is what we are talking about today on the Amazons. My name is Aisha Falude.
And I am Lillian Imoni.
Lillian, a woman carries a baby for 9 months. During the period she was pregnant, she was eating for 2 because the baby inside her belly needs to get nourished. She's going to have to gain weight as a result of the food she was consuming when she gave birth, coupled with the other health issues she's had to grapple with while she was pregnant. And now she's giving birth to the baby, and people just expect that she should go back the way she was before she got pregnant.
Magical transformation. It's what I call it all the time. And I wonder why women are always put, under such undue pressure. First of all, I also think that mothers do not need to eat for 2 while they're having their babies. I don't know where that misconception. It is a misconception because when you eat right and proportional, you don't need to eat for 2.
No, Lillian, when you're pregnant, I mean, you are a mother, I'm a mother. When you're pregnant, you crave for things. Things that you would normally not eat at what you want to eat at this particular point in time. You are not counting calories. You are not counting the number of, as long as there's a craving, because you are feeding a child inside of you, you are going to get hungrier.
No matter what.
True. So there's no eating right when you're pregnant, except, on a few occasional cases, when they might say for medical reasons, you need to reduce.
Slow down, true. I ate a lot, actually, when I was pregnant. In fact, I ate for 3. And it was not magical that, I gained my body weight back. I think that while I was even eating and saying eating for 2, eating for 3, the cravings were just, it kept coming. And then when I started getting a little bit body shamed by, close friends and family members, like, you were not this big before. What are you doing? I said, no, please, I need to take yogurt. The baby likes yogurt. Please let me take yogurt, And I gained all of those, body weight and all of that. After a while, I told myself, young lady, do something fast about this.
I think it's a lot on the woman. You are dealing with these emotions. You are not sleeping well because you have a baby that you're looking after 24/7. You still have other house chores to do.
True.
And all of that also adds to the stress of the mother. You do not have time to look, to start thinking of how to look after your body. So, on this episode of the Amazon, we'll be looking at the dimensions of, the pregnancy weight, how to lose it, and how to not body shame the new mother, because it's a lot of pressure on her after the break.
Yeah, I think it's unfair that you would put a new mother under pressure concerning her weight because you don't know why she added that weight.
There are some very obvious ones, like the breasts increase, the abdomen, the stomach also comes out a little bit more.
But he didn't show any sign of him being uncomfortable or not wanting to take me out because he was ashamed. He never made me feel down. but people outside will make you feel down, and then you yourself will make yourself feel down.
I think I should just say that we need to be kind to our bodies. I mean, it took 9 months for your body to prepare to have this baby.
Welcome back. My name is Lilian Imoni and you're watching The Amazons. On the show today, we have been discussing weight gain, postpartum experiences. And today we have two beautiful women in the studio with us as our guests. We have the beautiful, gorgeous Amaka Undukwe, who is a beautiful mom. I keep saying beautiful, beautiful, a beautiful mom. And she will be sharing her experience with us. And we also have Dr. Olugbemi Paul. Please correct me.
No, it's fine. It's correct.
She is a general practitioner, and both of them would share their experiences and, of course, your professional experience and your experience as a new mom.
My first question is to the doctor. What body changes does the woman who is pregnant go through?
There are some very obvious ones, like the breasts increase, the abdomen, the stomach also comes out a little bit more, even before the baby starts to show and all that, because there's some changes that occur in the body based on the hormones also that can cause you to have more fat deposition all around in preparation for your baby's arrival. Your body absorbs more nutrients from your meals. Side effect of that can be constipation, which makes you have a little bit of a pouch even before your baby comes. So that adds to weight gain. Then your hair really grows well. The hormones lend themselves very, very nicely to hair growth. And one very weird one was the feet. Sometimes they swell,
Sure.
But they also grow.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I thought it just swell.
I had that
My
experience
shoes, yes, went up my
personally,
size
and I've
after
heard
a
it.
while.
Yeah, so it grows up to a full size.
But it shrunk back after a while.
Mine never did.
Wow.
I
Okay.
went from 39 to 40,
Yes.
41. So that
And you
happens.
never went back to 39?
It never did.
went back
So
to 40
that
for me.
happens.
So the weight that we're talking about, the woman when she's pregnant, her body weight is almost a quarter of what her normal weight was before she got pregnant. Where does that weight come from?
From a lot of factors. One, you tend to retain some more water than before. Then, of course, the baby itself will take up some space as it grows, the weight increases. Then there's some fluid, that surrounds the baby. Then there's the placenta, all of which, and then there's more blood volume. There's more, the uterus to get more bulky. So everything is just expanding, and all of those things had to wait. A lot of people gain up to 12 kg during pregnancy. So.
Wow. So it's really nothing to do with what you eat, your cravings.
Whether you eat or you don't eat, once there's a baby in you, that baby has to grow. For things to, if things are going normally, as long as no matter how little what you eat is, most of it is going to be diverted to that baby's care. That's the physiologic thing that happens. So no matter how much you eat or how little you eat, your body is going to try and store everything to make sure that there's always nutrients for your baby. That's basically the simplest way I can put it.
Okay. You, Amaka. I'm coming to you. So do you think it's fair, first of all, and do you think that women should be put under this undue pressure, of losing their baby weight even while breastfeeding? And tell us what you did to snap back.
Yeah, I think it's unfair that you would put a new mother under pressure concerning her weight, because you don't know why she added that weight.
Sure.
When I was pregnant, when I had my baby, I wasn't fat like that. Like, I was practically still the same in a very, very funny way. But my mom wasn't letting me take cold water. My husband is coming back from work. He has to buy me Tim, very cold Tim. I can't leave the house and go and buy Tim. If I'm carrying it, my mother will see it. I started drinking at least 2 bottles of Tim every night. Pure Bliss wafers. I was taking like 7
Oh, that's
every
very
night.
addictive.
I added weight.
How cooperative was your husband? Did he ever mention anything
He
about
never
your
did.
weight?
He never said anything about my weight.
But you were uncomfortable about your weight.
I'll ask, have I added this weight too much? Like, see this part. There's nothing. I don't know what you are seeing, Amaka. Please dress up, let's go. He never even wanted to talk about it. But he didn't show any sign of him being uncomfortable or not wanting to take me out because he was ashamed. He never made me feel down. But people outside will make you feel down, and then you yourself will make yourself feel down.
That way. True.
Do you understand? It's the same way people that haven't had children yet.
But in your case, people were making comments.
It wasn't like they were coming out straight, but you could just tell the look on their face that,
hinting at it.
Thank you. They're just looking at you like, Amaka. Okay, Amaka, have you thought about working out? You know, trying to drop a couple of hints, and I'm like,
really?
But really, it's really got to me. Like, aside their own, I put myself under a whole lot of pressure.
Okay, so doctor, we talked about where there used to be smooth skin, the skin is folding now. Then you have stretch marks. How soon after childbirth does the body begin to recover itself to being, close to normal, what it was before the pregnancy?
I think I should just say that we need to be kind to our bodies. I mean, it took 9 months, okay, for your body to prepare to have this baby. And then a couple of extra months after that, you're still breastfeeding. These hormones are still flying all over. It takes up to 2 years sometimes for your body to just get back to being your body. So you need to forgive your body. You need to give it time. That being said, stretch marks don't necessarily go away. Buy all the creams you like. They're not really going anywhere. They could fade. That's what they do. They don't disappear because they are. It's kind of like, let me use a cellophane. Let me use nylon. Okay, you have the thicker ones. Those bigger, thicker ones you get when you go to the market, and then you stretch it out a little. There's some lines that form if you stretch it out hard enough. Sure. And even when you're done stretching,
it's still there.
They're still kind of there. That's basically what happens. So it's just a sign of your skin stretching rapidly, and they will fade over time. You wouldn't notice them if you do what she did. If you're able to come to love your body and love the new you. I mean, you are a mother now. You made a baby. That's like awesome.
True.
And you shouldn't let people or even yourself pressure yourself into feeling like you're less beautiful. 90% of the time when you think that your man, for example, is not interested in you anymore, it's usually because you are not interested in you anymore. You stop trying.
You stop paying attention to your body.
You start hiding.
True.
And those things don't help. A lady who used to be very, closeted in her body and just, and then you just bring out your breast anyway. Because now you're a mommy. So we stop being as attractive. We stop trying as hard as we used to. And that's where the problem comes in. 90% of the time, it's not as disgusting to the man as you think it is. If a man really loves you, they just do.
That does not foreclose the fact that some men would find the body weight
as an excuse to love their wife less, to play around.
And I like how you said it's an excuse.
No, she said that's not an excuse.
I said it's not an excuse.
It's not a good excuse. It's not something that should be an excuse, but that's what it is. It's an excuse. For somebody who is looking for a reason, or for somebody who, if you love somebody and this person just made you a baby, I think that's enough to give her time and not put her under pressure to the point of, these are the things that tip people into postpartum depression, and we're still battling with helping women through this thing because a lot of people don't even recognize these problems when they are happening. People don't realize that this woman is struggling, and you need to keep looking happy as a woman and keep smiling in the middle of all of the things going on in your head and all of that. Those are the things that put women in such position, feeling like they've lost themselves or their identity or their love because they had a baby.
And like what she said, if you do not pay attention to those things, those negative comments, and you embrace yourself, I think that what you do is you enable the man to see you in the light that you're seeing yourself either positive or negative.
Negatively.
So when it's negative, that's the green card for him to go out, actually.
When it comes to issues like this, the support group is the first level of care. And it's also the first level of frustration because it depends on what they tell you. If they are telling you look ugly now, what's wrong with you? You look shapeless, like what's happening here? I had that experience. I've never been a skinny person. So imagine having people that are from your side or your husband's side telling you you look like a whale because you had a baby. It can be very, very annoying. But fortunately for me, I had a very, very good, healthy self-esteem, and I have awesome friends. Like, I have a lot of friends. And for me, I had support. And so it never really got to the point where I became depressed. I had a beautiful time postpartum. Like, it was amazing for me because I had a whole lot. I had like tons of people that loved me and showed me that I was loved and I was okay the way I was and I didn't have any problems, you know. But imagine somebody who doesn't have that support, who is alone, and who unfortunately also doesn't have a good enough spouse to be kind to her in that period. So it's for each and every one of us to, that's why programs like this are actually very, very good, because then we are telling them something. Everybody that listens should then be very conscious, very cautious of what you say to a new mom, because the hormones alone can make you crazy, you know. So it's something we need to be aware of, how to approach a new mom, how to support her. It's not just buying baby clothes. Sometimes just ask her, how are you doing? You know, can we go out and have lunch? And if she says she doesn't want to go out, then you can come in through that comment and say, oh, but you're beautiful. We need to... look at how beautiful you're glowing because you just had a baby, and let's just, you know, you would make the person feel acceptance of a new self much easier, much faster than if she was entirely alone and without any support. So support is key.
Support is key, very key. You know, I was also going to add or ask that, would you advise couples to go through counseling when there's an issue like this?
I advise and advocate counseling on every issue. Okay, people in Nigeria are beginning to wake up to the mental health part of things, and I am so glad, because we typically don't. Everybody, if you tell somebody to go see a psychiatrist or a psychotherapist, they think you're telling them in one way or the other that they're crazy. But no, sometimes we just have issues dealing with things. We need issues dealing with grief. You know, we're talking about this thing in one way. I mean, imagine if you're a mother, you had a baby and then you lost the baby, and the weight is still there, and the hormones are still there, and you still have this weight, and people are still looking at you, and people are not sensitive to how to talk. You know, this is Nigeria. People are they don't have boundaries. They just come into your space and just say stuff.
True.
Without thinking about what they're saying and how it could affect you. You know, so it's even easier when you have that baby to say, this is why I am gaining weight.
True, at least
and this is a reason. You know, than when you don't even have that and then you don't have. So at the end of the day, yes, counseling will help. If you don't have friends or the people around you are not being supportive, they're being negative, they're worsening the situation, find counseling, find help. There are people, there are organizations everywhere these days, like Postpartum Support Nigeria. Those guys, Mentally Aware Nigeria Initiative, those people actually, I see what they do, and I'm in awe of them, really, because they reach out to these mothers, they organize outreaches to talk to people and to teach people how to sort these things out, and they have counselors. Okay, so yeah.
So besides all that we've said now, medically, is there a fast way of a new mother dropping the weight? Is there medically anything that can help? I will not
advise all those things that I tend to see. It's a simple formula when it comes to weight gain or weight loss in any sort of situation. If you consume more calories than you burn, you will be fat. Sure. So the trick is consume less calories, burn more. That's the only way. You know, so if you're someone like me that really likes the foods, and then unfortunately for you live my kind of lifestyle where, you know, it's from home to work to church and all that, and you don't really have so much time cut out for exercise, you've got to do better. I have got to do better.
I like
you know?
that. So do better.
I know. So yes, you need to work on those things. Those are a sedentary lifestyle with a love of food is not going to help you on. I mean, you're going to see, and then the more depressed you get, you're going to eat some more, and then you're going to eat. So it becomes a very, very vicious cycle. So at the end of the day, I would advise you, don't bother drinking tea. As I always say, drink tea if you like to drink tea. But don't drink tea because you want to slim down. It's a scam. You know, it's a scam. Exercise. Eat healthy. Sure. If you go into starvation mode and then you totally cut away from food, your body's going to think you're starving, and then it's going to keep piling up every single thing you eat and stockpiling nutrients because it thinks that there's no more food on earth. So you know, your body goes into starvation mode. So the best thing you can do for yourself is eat healthy, choose vegetables, choose greens, go crazy with the recipes that you find, tweak them, less oil, less salt, those things that can help you retain water, weight, and all those things. Cut down on oil, cut down on salt, live a healthy lifestyle, and the weight will just naturally melt off. Over time, yeah, give it time. Don't think it will happen today or tomorrow. Stop weighing every day. The more you focus on the actual weight, the more depressed you're going to get, and then the more you eat. So just be zen about it, and then just let it come off as it will.
All right, it's been a very interesting conversation, very real as well. And of course, we've learned a thing or two from Dr. Olugbemi Paul and Amaka, the gorgeous Amaka Ondokone. So for you young mom out there, forgive your body, love your body, embrace your beautiful scar. You know, that's a sign forever. It will be in your mind, your memory, like Amaka just said, she would never forget her experience. So that's something beautiful. It's an awesome experience. So, I mean, take it one step at a time, you know, and get the right support group, you know, seek help if you need to seek help. But the most important thing you should not do is look down on yourself. Do not look down on yourself. You're still beautiful with the body weight gain and all of that. You are still beautiful. And on that note, it's we say bye on this edition. You have a word or two?
Yeah, just to add that the men should just support their wives in whatever it is that they are going through post-pregnancy, during after childbirth. It is the first support group they will get is from you. It's from you. And if you do not give that support group, if you are not that supportive, you know, of who she's become and how she looks, you are really going to make her feel depressed. You are going to make her feel unhappy. You probably will end up even make her feel dislike for the child that she just had, because she's just going to think that this is the baby that is causing
the friction. Very true.
Support her to enjoy motherhood and support her to be a wife. She's still beautiful as far as you're concerned. And once that support, you give her that support, nothing else matters.
True, that's true.
Because your support is just what's important to her. Until we see you again next time. Bye-bye.